A community in shock tonight after investigators say a stolen truck incident led to a double homicide in Bryan County. The sheriff's office says 2 people were found dead inside their home and the suspect took his life as well. WSAV's Isabella Baez spent the day in that area. She is breaking down tonight what investigators say happened.
That's right, Tina. The 2 people found dead inside the home have been identified as Kenneth and Rhonda Lanier. I spoke briefly with family members who live across the street. They say they're still trying to process what happened and decline to speak on camera. Today, investigators share more about what led up to their deaths. According to the Bryan County Sheriff's Office, the incident started Sunday afternoon when a Good Samaritan stopped to help a man who had run out of gas in Neville. Investigators say that man was Anthony Forney. When the Good Samaritan went to get a gas can, deputies say Forney stole his truck and drove off, leaving the man stranded on the side of the road. The driver called 911, and with the help of Bullitt County investigators, they tracked the stolen truck using GPS, leading them to Sally Mae's restaurant. By the time deputies arrived, the truck and Forney were gone. The GPS signal later placed the truck near Ash Branch Church Road in Bryan County. When deputies arrived, they say they saw Forney leaving a driveway in a different vehicle, sparking another pursuit. During the chase, deputies say the vehicle swerved out of control, ran into a ditch, and flipped over. When officers approached the car, they found Forney had shot himself while behind the wheel. Meanwhile, other deputies went to the home he had just left. Inside, investigators found Kenneth and Rhonda Lanier dead from gunshot wounds. Bryan County Sheriff's Bryan Co offered his condolences to the Lanier family, saying in part, quote, "In times like this, we are reminded that even in our most quiet, quaint, and peaceful communities, the worst of evil still exists." The Bryan County Sheriff's Office says the investigation remains ongoing. We'll continue to update you on air and online as we learn more. Isabella Baez, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Thank you, Isabella. A developing story now in the Low Country. The Jasper County Sheriff's Office investigating after human remains were found. Deputies say the discovery happened Saturday near Gilmania Road and West Frontage Road. According to investigators, the property owner was managing a brush fire when they found the remains and called authorities. Officials say the remains may have been on the property for some time. Deputies add people in the area may notice an increased law enforcement presence while the investigation continues. Authorities say there is no threat to the public. Developing now, Savannah police are asking for the public's help identifying this man connected to a burglary investigation. We want you to take a close look at these photos. Detectives say the incident happened February 25th in the 8000 block of Abercorn Street. If you recognize the person, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 912-234-2020. Well, new tonight, concerns about crime in Hampton County brought community members and law enforcement together tonight. The sheriff hosted a community meeting giving residents a chance to voice their concerns about a recent rise in violent incidents involving crimes, also young people. WSAV's Danielle Cobb was there.
A lot of times people say things and they're like, well, you know what, law enforcement not hearing us. We do.
Monday night, Hampton County Sheriff Anthony Russell opened up the floor to the community to voice their concerns. One of the main points of conversation, crime.
We need to get these programs going again so that we can occupy these boys' mind. They bored to death.
According to Sheriff Russell, juvenile crime is on the rise, and he says it's starting to show up in classrooms.
It's bleeding over into our school system where it's causing issues within our school district as well.
A 17-year-old was recently charged with murder after a deadly shooting, and other violent incidents in the area have also been linked back to the younger generation. Several of those investigations are still ongoing. The sheriff tells WSAV it's likely linked to gangs where the suspects could be getting access to deadly weapons.
Is there a pocket that we need to be looking for? Because I mean, with semi-automatic weapons in the hands of 13, 14-year-olds, I know it's really scary.
The sheriff says they recently hired 2 additional community officers assigned to areas lacking patrol and assigning unmarked units to patrol crime hotspots.
They can try to, ease up on some of these criminals and catch them in the act of doing crimes.
The sheriff says while they have the means to do their job and bring justice, they need help from the community.
We just need you to talk to us and let us know what you see, what you hear, because you could be holding a piece to the puzzle for us to solve that case.
Danielle Cobb, WSAV News 3, on your side.
The nation's top law enforcement official was in coastal Georgia today. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi visited Brunswick not to talk about the Epstein files or war, but instead came to congratulate a new class of federal agents graduating from the ATF Special Agent Training Program. WSAV's Jillian Coles was there.
Today, Pamela Bondi spoke to 22 ATF graduates, sending them off into their careers to fight violent crime across the nation. Reducing violence involving explosives, arson, and alcohol. That's what agents here at FLETC, or the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, have trained for over the past 7 months, learning the foundational laws ATF protects, like the Gun Control Act.
Whether we go into the machine guns or how firearms are trafficked, all the way building into firearms relate to arson under the National Firearms Act, or how it relates to explosives, and everything builds off that one core concept.
ATF agents are some of the only federal agents to have such an intensive explosive training. While U.S. Attorney General Pamela Bondi has been under fire for her handling of the Epstein files and speculation about her future in the Trump administration, she only took a few questions at the event, with her focus on the agents and their sacrifices.
You know, right now, of course, we're focused on a lot of international matters and keeping our world safe and keeping our country safe, but that's what these agents who were just sworn in are going to do. You know, they're going to be fighting cartels, they're getting illegal guns off the street, they're getting illegal ammo off the street.
Bondi says they're incredibly valuable to the federal system and state prosecutors in America.
Through your work, your character, and your service, I'm confident that you'll help write the next chapter in the history of ATF. This is a tremendous responsibility, but based on what I've seen here today, I know you're all more than ready to meet that challenge.
The newly graduated agents will now be assigned to ATF field divisions across the country to take on their duties and responsibilities protecting federal laws and regulations. Reporting in Glenn County, Jillian Coles, WSAV News 3, on your side.
As the election season heats up, one Republican candidate for Georgia's U.S. Senate seat made a stop in Savannah today to hear directly from local veterans. Congressman Mike Collins held a veterans roundtable at VFW Post 660, his first stop of his Veterans for Mike statewide tour. Collins thanked veterans for their service and opened the floor for a discussion about issues affecting those who served. He tells WSAV he is focusing on health care and how lawmakers in Washington are working to address rising costs among veterans.
It's health care issues, it's affordability, it's access to care, actually. And we have a number of bills that are sitting in Congress right now to address those, to make sure that they can have more community access to local doctors, to make sure that they can cross over state lines, to make sure that we're putting investments into the VA that will allow them to have the care and to address what their needs are.
Collins is one of several Republicans running for the seat currently held by Democratic Senator Jon Ossoff. He is expected to face Buddy Carter and Derek Dooley in the Republican primary set for May 19th.